Okay, so I went ahead and pasted a couple of the things on here. So this is George Washington Carver. And of course, we have nothing's written on here right now, but you could, and you don't have to print it in white. You can print it in another color. But you can, obviously, your kid would do some research and write down the research, or they could even go in and type it in and then print it already typed. And I don't have a spinner, but this would be a perfect thing for a spinner. As you can see, it has the facts for each person. It has their picture, it has their name, and then it has what they're known for. And since it's upside down in places, a spinner would be ideal. So I'll try to find a spinner and show you how that works. Anyway, so what I thought would be kind of cool, since I gave you some templates to help you make your own recipe book, is that since George Washington Carver is known for his peanuts, he created tons and tons of different things with peanuts to eat. And he traveled to people's, he went out mobile, like he was a mobile teacher. He went out to the places where the people were that needed to eat and needed help with crops. And he taught them crop rotation so that their crops wouldn't die off. And then he also taught them how to use peanuts all sorts of different ways, as opposed to requiring them to come to him. So that was one thing I thought was really cool about him as a dietitian. Peanuts are very nutritious. Unfortunately, there are people that are allergic to them now, but they are still nutritious and delicious if you can eat them. But at any rate, so you'll notice in the product that there are several different colors, and I chose this one to print. And this is going to be the outside part of the little book, and so I printed it on cardstock. You could also print it on construction paper. You could print it on just regular paper. And I also have a white version. So for you that don't like to use a lot of ink, these there's 3 colors. There's this color, there's another color that's a little more red, and then there's white. And then some inside pages also, so you could actually, you don't even have to, you could create your own book. It doesn't even have to be a recipe book. But if you want to use these for recipes, also I included some templates that show, you can cut them out. There's 4 of them per page, and of course you can print them as many times as you want. And it probably would be fine if you printed a black and white, although not as pretty. So, and I made sure they fit. So we're going to go ahead and do that real fast. Go ahead and start cutting so I could show you how they look. So let me just cut real fast. I don't like to bore people doing this, but in fact, I'm going to go ahead and pause it. Okay, so I went ahead and did most of the cutting. The really good thing is if you make a mistake, you can always print it again like I did. This one here, I accidentally cut off too much on each side because I was in a hurry and wasn't being careful. I used this mostly because it saves me time. Obviously, it's not necessary, and of course, you need to make sure it's lined up, or else you end up with something that's too small or whatever. So, and like I said, if you feel that, if you don't like the size also, you can always cut it down a little bit, which is something that when I printed it for the first time, I was a little worried that it wasn't going to fit. But I went ahead and I printed. This is the front page. This could be the front page. You put a little label on it. Food Pioneers. And then what my thinking was that each one of these could be like a separator, like if you wanted to do Cajun cuisine, and then another one Creole, another one soul food, something like that, or you could do, George peanut recipes, right, whatever. So these are like little tabs that you can put inside of it, and then the blank one looks like this, and then I had a problem with printing this one, but this is one of the 4 little recipes they can put. And then this could be used as an extra page in case they can't get everything on one page. So you put that inside your little book. And actually what you could do is print another copy of this and put it in the back if you wanted to. And like I said, so you have that little book, and then to show how it fits on here, right, you have your nice little cookbook that would fit like you put here, the little cookbook. And this is if you're just doing George Washington Carver. If you were doing, you could do a lap book that is just about recipes, a lap book that's just a little bit about each person, a lap book that talks about one individual person. Options are limitless, and I'm going to keep adding more templates in, and that will work better as a lap book. A couple of them are too big to be used in a lap book, but that's okay because you may not even be interested in doing a lap book, but just want to make sure you can see that you definitely, that you can definitely, in fact, let me staple this real fast just to show you how. And just a quick staple, okay, showing you that you could open it up. And then you have your recipe, and then you have a second page, and then you have a little separator here. And you can put more stuff in this one, and then again, you can make, print as many as you want. And then, put it on here, fits nicely anywhere you want to put it. And that's one thing you can do.